Dum da 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 dum. What to do on a rainy day? What to do on a rainy day? What to do on a rainy day? Wait, what's that? Oh no, there's something at the door. I wonder what it could be. Even the dog barked. Let's go see. Holy buckets! It's my brand new riser that I ordered with my bonus money for my Christmas money from work. Let's go take a look at it. I ordered this for $208 from, what was it, Bowhunter Warehouse or something like that? Here it is. Let's check it out. Brand Subdivision BD Kinsey's. Correction, it's an October Mountain Products. It's an OMP NightRidge. That's what this is. The OMP NightRidge riser. Aluminum riser, ILF riser. That's what this is. OMP NightRidge is what this riser is. I'll see you guys out there. Well, it's a real ILF riser. You guys have seen in previous videos, I've been pushing the limits and testing the ILF compatibility of the Martin Jaguar riser. And while a kind of a mixed thing, mixed bag, guys. One of them, my blue fishing one that I picked up really cheap, those ILF, I just had to clean the paint off, the baked on coating. I had to clean it off and my ILF limbs, boop, 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 they went right in. But on the camo version of the exact same riser, I had a lot of difficulty. There was a lot of filing of that ILF fitting. I was really disappointed because I got some fairly expensive limbs, like Vogt limbs that are 45 pounders. I'm not going to sit and start modifying my Vogt limbs to make them fit in the ILF fittings on a Martin Jaguar riser. Instead, I tried those same limbs out on some of my other ILF risers and they clip right in. So I know there's something wrong with the Martin Jaguar riser and the ILF fittings. It's barely compatible. I got a little frustrated because I spent like $150 on a pair of limbs, 35 pounders from what Archery Deluxe. You guys saw that in a previous video. Super, super nice recurve limbs. Love those things, but I don't want to put them on that Martin Jaguar riser anymore. So I ordered this, and now we're going to get to unbox this thing. Let's go see. All right, let me cut through here. I secretly looked already. I'm pretending I'm doing this for the first time. Shh. All right, let's open it up. Unboxing. What? It actually comes with its own little bag? All right, let's take a look here. Let's extend there. Let me position my camera. Again, I'm trying out my new Moto G stylus. I'm actually rather impressed with this phone from my Samsung Galaxy S9. Let's go open this thing up a little bit. Wow, nice bag. Nylon, really tough, really durable. Velcro strap. This is really a fantastic bag that it came with. This is well stitched. Look at all of that. That is a nice, I mean, if they're going to put that kind of care into the bag, imagine what they did with the riser. Let's take a peek. Look at that. Let's see what it looks like on film. Gorgeous ILF fittings on this. Wow. Adjustments for the lateral on the side here. That is really sweet. And it's hefty. Nobody's going to call this a light riser. This thing probably weighs about 3 pounds. Let's see how the handle fits. Oh my God. That handle is superb. You guys remember me talking about, I got this other little ILF riser on Amazon, that black 17-inch riser, ambidextrous, left hand, right hand, for only $79 with a pair of crappy limbs. Those over there, I don't even want to show them to you. But the riser was really cute though. The ILF fittings, even though it didn't have any lateral adjustments, no fault to the ILF, man. They nailed it on those. Any limbs I put on that riser clipped right in. It was fantastic, but the handle was a little small. Like it was not built for a Scandinavian hand. It was built for something smaller, but this one, wow. Look at the sight picture on that. I got so much stuff going on in my house, it's hard to see, isn't it? I have kind of a loud, noisy house. Yeah, let's go there. That's my COVID quarantine because my wife's a nurse. So we have to stay separated when she works a shift. Wow, look at the site picture there. Look at that shelf. All I have to do is put a little bit of rug on there. I'm not going to put anything else. I'm not going to put any other little shelf. I'm going to shoot right off the shelf with a rug on it. But that handle and the balance. It's not heavy on top. It's not heavy on the bottom. You're just seeing me hold my hand outstretched and it's perfectly balanced. God, you know what I'm thinking, guys? It's been raining all weekend and I just finished one of my data science certification exams and passed for Microsoft, so I'm treating myself. It finally is looking outside like it's stopping, like the rain's stopping. So there's only one thing to do. I got to go to Menards. I got to get some new Velcro material for the rug. And I got to haul ass over to the archery range before it starts to rain again and put those 35-pound limbs on. Pray to God that I've got a string that's the right size so I'm not disappointed. And we're going to continue this video out there at the range. We'll see you out there. At Blackwell Forest Preserve, my normal place. Shooting with another couple other crazies that are here when the weather's cold and wet. Who's that over there? What's your name? Alex. Alex. And he's saying stop bugging me because he's shooting a compound bow. I did not practice this, guys. I just opened up the brand new OMP NightRidge riser that I bought. I haven't made any adjustments to it at all. Here's the top limb. Let me show you the bottom one first. Here are my favorite 35-pound recurve bows from Hunter Deluxe. I think I called it Archery Deluxe earlier. Sorry guys, Hunter Deluxe. Remember how much I was saying these were great on my little cheap 17-inch riser? Now we're about to try them on my $208 OMP NightRidge riser. This is seeing it for the very first time. ILF fitting, ILF limb pocket, ILF fitting. Here goes. Fingers crossed. Ha! God, that was a nice sound. Boy, did I need to hear that. Let's see how the top one goes in. You remember how much of a fight it was with the Martin Jaguar limb with that alleged ILF milling that was done? Not built the same way, guys. This is for the very first time ever. The top limb. Pop right in. Oh yeah! Now the only way this gets bad is if it turns out this riser is taller than all my other ones and the string that I brought won't fit. I almost don't dare look. Let's go see. Okay, here goes. We're going to put the bottom on first. Just double checking. Yeah, bottom. I need this bowstring to come. I need this bowstring to end up within right about there on the back of the bow. The bottom of the groove plus 2 fingers. Somewhere in that range is where I need it to be. Here goes. Oh, perfect! Plus 2 fingers. This day's getting really good. Let's go string this sucker. When you're getting ready to step out, when you're doing this, when you're getting ready to step out, make sure this knee, the one that's staying on the ground, make sure it's bent. That's going to give you all the extra balance that you need. When you lock that knee is when you start to lose your balance. When you bend that knee, it's when you get that balance back and you can step back out. Now that's a pretty big, I might still go with a longer string, but for today, that's going to be good enough to test. And I got to finish putting the bow rest on here. Now, do I want to show you guys that? Yeah, why not? Here, let me try to turn this down. Point this down so that you guys are watching. I'm trying to get this all done because, hey, it's cold out. Let's see what that looks like. In fact, yeah, that's actually better. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put the glove off to the side. We're going to reach inside my pocket. We're going to pull out the Velcro. We're going to reach inside here. We're going to tear this open. And this is a poor man's rest. There's 2 parts to the Velcro. There's the hooks and there's the loops. And swear to God, guys, There's absolutely nothing wrong with using the fuzzy part, the loop part. Look at that. That makes an excellent bear rug. It's going to go and fit. It's going to go and fit right there perfectly. And then I'm going to cut another little strip, and it's going to go right there. I'm going to do it with nothing but a scissors, and it's going to work just fine because the material they use, the adhesive they use for Velcro, is the strongest stuff you're ever going to see. So I'm going to measure this. Right about there. And we're going to cut it. I'm going to test fit it really quick, because I might have to round the corners a little bit right there, clear. I'm going to round those corners, but I'm going to leave the inside ones still not rounded. So we're just going to round these a little bit. You don't have to do much. It's fuzzy. It's very forgiving. There. Fine. We're going to do the same thing to this side. Fine. Uh-oh, it's starting to sprinkle. If I'm going to get any testing in, I got to get this done. Now we're going to peel this corner off. And we're going to slip it on. Starting all the way on the inside edge. Light touch to start. All right, that looks pretty good. See how nice that rug is? There's nothing wrong with that. The arrow goes on there nice and quiet. Plus the whole thing's waterproof. Because hey, it's Velcro. It's not fur. It's not leather. It's not going to rot. It's going to sit there until the day I decide to take it off. Then I'm going to have to tear it. Now we're going to fit the next little part. It's just going to be a little sleeve right there. So that can be a lot narrower. Only about that big. And I'm going to fit this one more time because I've got that corner needs to come off and that corner, the bottom corner, needs to come off. So I'm going to hold it like this, the way I remember it. And we're going to cut that corner off. We're going to cut that corner off. Do another test fit, see how that looks. Not perfect over there and not perfect here. I'm going to taper it in the other direction. Round it off on both sides. So it actually looks a little bit more like a trapezoid, a rounded trapezoid, instead of trying to take the form of the bow of the riser and the shelf. So now it's going to look a little bit more traditional. And that's going to go on there just fine. There. All right, let's peel that off, put it on, peel the sticker, and install it. Hope my hands aren't too cold so I can take a few shots. It is raining and it's like 32 degrees right now, guys. Come off. There we go. Boy, it's actually hard to look through the camera and line all of this up at the same time. That'll do. Rub it in. A little bit of friction helps. Seal it all the way around. We got a perfectly good bow shelf, arrow shelf, sorry. So now we're going to reposition. Take a few shots at the bag here. I'm going to get set up. Looks like it's not set up for 20 meters yet. So I got to do a little bit more positioning. Now we'll try it at, looks like it's set up at 10 meters to start. Boy, my fingers are already getting cold. There is that brand new OMP NightRidge riser, ILF compatible. So the OMP NightRidge, God, that grip feels so good. This brace is a little too large, but it'll do for today. I got to figure out what size string I'm going to need, probably an inch longer, and then it'll be fine. And it's sitting on, it's got mounted on it, Hunter Deluxe, 35-pound limbs on it. So we're just waiting for Alex to get back. Actually, the location of my knocking point, my tied-on knocking point, actually looks pretty good right now. Whoa, it's getting cold out. I'm going to pull 3 arrows out. We're going to take 3 shots, unless I'm feeling really good. But the rain's starting to come down and it's 32 degrees. I'm going to try my electric vest. Oh yeah, oh, nice. Pulling 3 arrows out. 2.5. 3 arrows. Freckles, get over here. Oh. Clear? Okay, we're ready to go. Got 3 decent arrows. Shooting at 10 yards, 10 meters. Looks like. VOGTLAND shooting method. It was Alex? Yeah. Alex is waiting for me to shoot out at 100, but I got to at least see if these limbs are going to meet, or are going to use the same string walking gaps as all of my others. So here's a 10-meter gap, aiming for the middle of the bag. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Fingers are too cold. But what did we learn today? We learned that the October Mountain Riser, ILF compatible riser for 208 bucks. Sweet. This handle, gosh, that feels good. Wow. And I don't feel, the one thing that was really noticeable about this is I don't feel any pronounced twisting like I did with the Martin Jaguar bow. The way those riser limbs, the way the limbs on the riser are positioned and the way the pockets are positioned, there was always a tendency to want to jerk off to the left or right because the riser was originally designed as a compound riser and the equipment that's on there balanced out. But when you put recurve limbs, long curve limbs on it, it didn't do the same. This riser from OMP, this was designed to be a recurve riser right from the get-go. Feels really good in my hand. I can't wait to put a good string on it, and then we're going to come back when the weather gets nicer. I got to ask, does everybody else look like this when they're trying to get out the door and go to the archery range? And the challenge for me is that I gave my last 3 good arrows away to a guy named Dennis that really liked my arrows and found one yesterday, and he's shooting a 55-pound bow, a guy about my age, and he's always shooting really stiff arrows. So he said he liked the one that I had. I gave him my last 3 because I ordered a new dozen. And now I don't know what I'm going to shoot. Freckles. Okay, you stay here. I'm going. Bye. Ah, my new arrows came. I'm saved. I have a dozen new arrows. Time to get in the Jeep. See you over there. Okay, hey everybody. It's Mark Vogt with VOGTLAND Outdoors, and we're back here at Warrenville, Illinois, Blackwell Forest Preserve to do a second test of the day, which is I just got done putting a new bowstring and new ILF longbow limbs on the OMP, the October Mountain Products NightRidge riser that I just got with my Christmas bonus. I love the limb. I love the riser yesterday. 208 bucks. Got it from hunting bow outlet, huntersoutlet.com, whatever. They didn't give me anything for free, so they're not getting a good plug. Love the riser, but I put my recurve limbs on it first, my 35-pound recurve limbs, and because the riser's so tall, you end up creating a larger moment arm, so those 35 pounds are actually 35. I don't get to pull back on a shorter riser and get 45 or even 50 pounds at my 32-inch draw like I'm used to. So I'm putting instead, these are my DAS bow limbs. These are 45 to start, so I should be getting 45 with an extra couple inches of draw length. I should be getting 50 pounds, and we're going to go give it a test on that 30-meter bag. But first, the intro. Okay, good. Yeah, Dave, you always have to have an intro on these things. It's all part of the branding. I suck.
I acknowledge it, but I hate when I have to deal with it. You watch the same series so much, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You learn to make it only about 7 seconds long is what you got to do. Okay, this one should be pulling back about 45. I'll take a chance at shooting at 30. I really should be starting at 20 and double checking my 20-meter gap. That's a part of that VOGTLAND string walking. But let's just give it a try. We're going to pick up a gap of 3 fingers. If anything, I'm going to be short. Step 1, choose your gap. Step 2, draw back under your chin. Step 3, look down the left edge of the string. Step 4, put the tip of the arrow right on the target. Step 5, small motion release. And it did shoot a little bit low. So now we're going to change to a 2.5 finger gap. Still trying to find out about this bow and what it likes to do. 2.5 finger gap. Step 2, draw back under the chin. 3, look down the left edge of the string. 4, tip of the arrow on the target. Step 5, small motion release. That looks better. Caught a little bit of my guard there. I'm getting a lot of buzz. You hear that? Remember me talking in a previous video about the bowstring acting like a guitar string, and that half the noise your bow makes comes from the string alone? What gives you the rest of that noise is this surface acting as a speaker and vibrating like that. Clear? So what I'll be doing is putting wishbones on this, and this is a longbow is something that's going to benefit a lot from having beaver balls put in. But I got to try to find what the optimal brace is today. I've got it at about 7, 8, about 8.5. It's already starting to stretch. I got to get it out to about 9. And I have a temporary knocking point in there until I find out where I really want to put it. And then I'll tie one in and leave it there. You're going to see me put about... It's about 8.5 and it needs to be 9. You're going to see me put a couple of twists in it right now. When you guys are de-stringing your bow, bend your knee when you're going in. As soon as you bend your knee, you have all kinds of control. Even an old guy isn't going to fall over. The minute you lock that knee, you lose a degree of freedom, and then it's a lot harder to maintain your balance. So bend your knee a little bit. Let's go and put... That should be enough. I got about 7 more wraps. Again, bend your knees, clear. And now I've got a solid 9-inch right there. It's not going to change anything, but I'm looking to find where the sweet spot is on this bow. This bow, these limbs, this string, that brace height, this size of arrow, the length, the spine, the weight of the head. Let's shoot again. I'm just trying to get a feel for it now before I go home and actually put the silencers on. Sure draws nice. Ooh, that was a happy bow right there. Let's just increase. We're going to decrease the gap ever so slightly from 2.5 fingers to about 2.25. You can make those kinds of changes in fingers because you're carrying your fingers with you all the time. It was 2.5. Now you just take that half distance there and you split it with your thumb and you're at 2.25. Super simple. Very nice. This is a super quiet bow without that little vibrating. I'm tickled to death. 2.25. Oh yeah, I'm like this far off a dead center, and I'm just shooting this bow for the first time. That's how great that VOGTLAND shooting method is. I'm done on this side. Actually, that's really all we can cover today until I go and put those wishbones on. What we found out that is that the OMP riser is actually a fantastic riser, genuine ILF, clear, genuine ILF. That mated together with the dash bow limbs make a superb longbow right now, where the only thing I need to do is put a couple of beaver balls on just to keep that really long, I mean it's a 70-inch string, to keep that from vibrating. Hope you enjoyed this particular little lesson. Watch for the follow-up where I'm going to put the beaver balls in. This is Mark Vogt with VOGTLAND Outdoors. We'll see you out there. No VOGTLAND video would be complete if I'm not trying to shoot at least a couple shots at 100. In this case, I'm shooting with that OMP riser and that OMP NightRidge riser and the DAS bow frames. So this is 45 pounds, I think, at full draw. Which means the first thing I'll try is one finger over for the gap. It's going to look like this. And let's see. Am I pointing at the right place? There. All right, here goes. Just a little shy. See how I caught my string guard. Caught my arm guard. Next one will be better. Just right. We'll get a thump. It is making a lot of noise, so. Brrr. Still landing short. Are you hearing that from there? The string? Brrr. They're such long strings. It sounds like I'm playing a bass. We're gonna try two things. You guys don't see this very often, but this is actually two fingers over the arrow. Still putting the tip of the arrow right on that target though. Yep, one more. That was wood. At least I hit it. I'm going to pause. Clear. Okay, here's round two. I had only one hit, and it was at a two-finger gap because I really am pulling because of the height of this bow. I really am pulling 45 pounds. I'm going to let you guys watch that a few more times because, like I said, you don't get to see it. Usually I'm shooting a stronger bow, and I rarely have to do two fingers over. My shooting buddy Dave says I'm going to start calling this my reverse Mediterranean grip. Maybe we should call we call it Polish?
I don't think that would be
Polish Mediterranean? No, we'll call it the Scandinavian grip. Yeah! Scandinavian. I claim that birthright. Being a little bit of everything. Here goes. One for one. Yep, two fingers is the gap. Let's see how many I can get on there. That dog will be quiet. Maybe you guys will hear the impact. Two for two. Dave, you heard that one, didn't you?
I'm sorry, I actually missed that one.
Oh, okay. Darn it. You're going to miss all my good shots.
All right, I'll listen.
Now I'm nervous.
That is.
3 for 3. This is where I start thinking I'm going to set a record and then I mess it up. Let's just see. Feels good though. Go. Oh. Don't know why I missed that. 3 for 4. Gotta screw the tip back on all the time on these. Four for 5. Last one. I'm putting the tip of the arrow, just so you know, right smack on the orange dot out there. That one left. Just barely. All right, 4 for 6. I'm not complaining about that. Clear. Let's go take a peek. We'll talk. You'll see how many other crazy people, all they got kicked out of the house by their wives or finished all of their Christmas shopping or doing something to hide. They're waiting to get back in the woods for hunting season. And somewhere out here I lost an arrow on the very first shot. Hopefully it'll turn up. But that, what you guys are looking at, we got light snow on the ground. I don't know if you guys can see that. Frost everywhere. All our little ponds are frozen. Here, I'm gonna close this up. So here, whoops, I don't want to walk through this. Here's our 80. There, that's not bad for barebow. There's me shooting for the second time on that bow at 90 meters. That's a damn nice grouping and very achievable. VOGTLAND shooting method on a OMP NightRidge riser, ILF riser, genuine ILF with DAS longbow limbs, ILF limbs on there, 45 pound, effortless. Hope you guys enjoyed that video and you're having a good holiday season so far. This is Mark Vogt with VOGTLAND Outdoors. We'll see you out there. I landed 4 out of 6 without any modification. First time shooting the bow. 4 out of 6 at 100 yards. We're going to see if we can at least match that and just get it quieter. We're learning about the bow. So you guys are going to get to see that demonstration, and I want some of you, that actually have medium draw weight bows. I want you to look and realize just how powerful this shooting method is. You can put 2 fingers over it. That's not a big deal. You're already doing 1 finger. And you're already, if you're the Olympic archer, you're already anchoring underneath your chin anyways. I mean, you're 3/4 of the way to using this method. I'm just saying, try putting 2 fingers on top, 1 finger on the bottom. You end up elevating that arrow and suddenly you're in the 90 meter, 100 yard range. All because you could shift 1 finger over. You don't think you want to try that? You want to be one of the guys at the archery range that can land 4 out of 6 arrows at 90 meters? The compound archers can't do that, not until they sight their pin in. Believe me, I shoot against them all the time. It's not until I teach them how to use their compound bows to shoot at those distances that they're actually shooting with confidence, and they end up outperforming me once they learn the technique, that pin walking technique that I taught. I don't know if I invented it, but I may have. Anyway, that's one of the things we're going to go and test. What else? I put some little dampers on that longbow as well. The big ones look like this, and I got to order another set because they work so well on the ILF riser when they work so well on my Darton Magnum bow that I'm going to order another set happily. But I also had bought a tiny little set like this. Each one of them is the size of a milk dud, you know, something like that. Or no, it's the size of one of those pink lozenges, those little candy lozenges that are they're pink and taste like wintergreen. It's about that size. Doesn't work. That's if you're trying to do some final tuning and I don't know, you'd put it on the end of your stabilizer, but most stabilizers already have some kind of damping mechanism like that. So just a little bit more of experimentation and just enjoying, just getting out. This might come as a surprise to you guys, but there are lots of times that I go out shooting, and I mean this in all sincerity. There are times when I go out shooting, I don't record. I don't even bring my camera. It kind of takes away from the experience. You know, I enjoy archery. I enjoy shooting. I don't like competing. I love shooting at long distances. I love standing there all by myself at the archery range and just shooting at 10, shooting at 50, shooting at 20, shooting at 70, shooting at 30, shooting at 100, shooting back at 40, all with 6 arrows, 6 completely different distances. Just practice shooting and setting a new gap, shooting, setting a new gap, shooting, setting a new gap and shooting. I love that, not just shooting at long distances. And but I try really hard to come out and record because I know that I just want you guys to actually experience that same enjoyment once you learn a technique that can make you successful. This goes all the way back to, I've been a calculus professor, calculus, advanced calculus, complex variables, everything in calculus at the college level. I was a professor for 3.5 years in the Peace Corps, physics professor as well. You learn a lot of pedagogy, a lot of teaching techniques, and on occasion I would be teaching even to the middle school level kids over in West Africa, Cameroon. Amazing country. The people are brilliant. I mean brilliant. Those of you that wonder, if you all have iPhones and you wonder why your phone lasts so long, that you brag how long the battery lasts, it's because one of my former students is the one with the PhD in very large scale integrated circuit design that designed the power management system inside your iPhones. They're that brilliant. But when I was teaching, I started to realize at the middle school level, you had to teach them how to be successful first and then teach them the theory afterwards. So the techniques that we learned to teach were to give them confidence that they could get right answers, so then they became more engaged to find out why they were getting the right answers. That's exactly the philosophy that I have when I teach this shooting method. I want you to be don't always question the method first, just learn the 5 steps and become confident that you like archery because you like being successful every time you come out. And then you can start to understand afterwards, 1 step at a time, why this method works so well. But teach you to be successful first, teach you a method that makes you successful simply as opposed to complex, and easily as opposed to hard. And that's why I come out here and do it. But I enjoy shooting, and I want you guys to actually learn, develop that same joy as well. That you're not afraid of any target, and if you miss on occasion, it's on occasion that you miss. It's not all the time. You're not breaking your arrows, losing your arrows, walking away dejected, out $60 every time you go to the course because you lost a $15 arrow 4 times. Instead, you can learn to shoot super cheap arrows like I do, $6 arrows. You don't lose them, you land on the target, you have a great time, and you start bringing more and more friends. Pretty soon everybody's enjoying archery. Wouldn't that be amazing? And we're getting close to the range. I'll see you guys out there. Guys, there are too many people shooting today. I never really got to actually film, and it was a little cold, but the bow shot great. 4 out of 6 again, and quieter with the beaver balls on. It was a joy to shoot, but my fingers are getting cold. I just wanted to wrap up the video by saying, you know, that's the end of the experiment, putting beaver balls on the OMP NightRidge $280 ILF hunting riser. Fantastic. I'm so pleased with that riser. Man, I don't think I'm ever gonna, I was gonna say I'll never buy another one, but no hunter can actually say that in his right mind. We're always buying stuff. And I taught a couple other people the whole VOGTLAND shooting method, so we'll see if Tolly and a couple other people decide they're going to go and try. Hope you guys like this particular video. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you out there.